Welcome back to Azarth, ladies and gentlemen. Got something kind of special here for you, but nothing too technical. This is just a primer, a guide. I don't know what to call this one technically, because it's both and neither at the same time, and that's where it kind of sits in this strange area of gray. This is a video on picking your first class. And I want to do a video like this because, honestly, I had that problem with that when I started out horrendously. Admittedly, this was a very different point in the game, but it's always something that I look back and go, I wonder how things would have been different had I picked a different class, or how I found that happy spot a little sooner. I honestly can't tell you. But, that said, this one's, again, there's not a lot of numbers. This isn't, oh, this ability is what makes this great, or that ability is what makes that great. This is me going over with my experiences having leveled a great number of classes, some to cap, some lost and forgotten in time. And what I want to show you guys with this. First off, we're going to start with the DPS classes. Before I go any further, for leveling purposes, the DPS spec of any given class is always going to be the best bet. If they have nothing but DPS specs, well, pick and choose the one you'll play. As I've said before, you do you. The reason I'm starting with the DPS classes here is because there are some of the best levelers in the game, very fun to play, very easy to play, and very new player friendly for the most part. And I wanted to have that be sort of the intro here, because I know there's some people who are not going to want to deal with a lot of fluff. This actually took a lot of thinking on my part, because I wasn't sure where I want to put. The two classes in question are Hunter and Warlock. Both excellent classes, both very strong in their own right. But in the end, when I was really thinking of which one to go with, I gave the edge to the Hunter. Mostly because with the big variety of pets, the Hunter is just a little more fun to play overall. You can pick and choose. Do you want this pet or that pet? Do you want to have this option or that option? These abilities, that... I mean, all sorts of things. I run with a bear on mine, but if I really wanted to, I could upgrade to a turtle and see a different set of abilities. I could jump on to any number of odds and ends. It's fun. And you don't quite get that with Warlock. Warlock has only a set number of demons. Now, they've increased over the last few expansions. But again, you're kind of limited in that regard. Rogue can be fun, but without a pet to tank for him, he is limited in his up and down time, which those two classes, spec for Beast Mastery for Hunters and Demonology for Warlocks, have those big beefy pets that can deal a lot of damage, keep them going, and again, a lot of this takes a lot of the stress off your gear, as I kind of showed in my Heirloom versus Standard guide. Now, that's not saying that any of the mage or rogue are a bad choice. They're fun classes. But for a first run, I would recommend the Hunter. Or if you feel more that casters are more your speed, by all means, grab a Warlock. Tanking, I thought really hard. It's like, wow, all these tank classes, which one do I recommend? Then I realized I only can have two tanking classes. The Warrior and the Death Knight. And because I do not recommend starting with hero classes, which also exclude the Demon Hunter, that leaves us the Warrior. Woohoo. Warriors, I do recommend, again, that plate mail means they can take a lot more punishment, and they generally have a bit higher stamina overall. And for that, I recommend Fury. Arms is great if you plan to do more PvP leveling, but Fury's built-in builder, Bloodthirst, also grants you a bit of healing back, which can help in long fights alongside things like Victory Rush, another self-heal, and eventually we will get Third Wind in Legion. Right now there's a few other talents to choose, but I know in Legion we're getting Third Wind. Out of the healers, again, I'm saving hybrids for last as a separate one. There's only two options, Shamans and Priests. Now, let's be fair, I am biased as all get out towards Priests. It is my main class. I have played him for almost 10 years now. Actually, 10 years this September, I believe. Wow, jeez Louise, where'd the time go? So again, you might as well vary on that. That said, The reason I almost recommend the Shaman here, simply because Elemental and Restoration have very similar stats leveling. But then it's kind of a tie. Shadow Priests are a lot of fun, and with some of the new toys we're getting, are going to be kind of fun to play. Whereas Disc can be a very good leveling option if you just want heal start to finish. And it gets, those shields are kind of nice. Holy has a great set of tricks. So in the end, there really isn't a single strong choice here. So I really can't verify one way or another. I love my Shaman. I love my Priests. Pick which one you enjoy playing. That said, I recommend starting with the Priest and then trying the Shaman. Because the Shaman kind of switches in leveling specs, because all practicality, Enhancement is the general leveling spec because it has a bit of self-healing built into it, whereas Elemental generally doesn't have, I think, the same amount. There's a few more survival tricks in Enhancement. Let's see, there's a DPS, our tanks and our healers. Now on to the hybrid. Ooh boy, hang on. Hybrids. Oh, hybrids. I'm going to be honest here. I don't think there is a best call for the hybrids, because they all bring such vastly different things to the table. Paladins are great for plate. Retribution is fun. Holy are also kind of fun. But I don't think any of them really use... I mean... Yeah, a lot of the tanking stuff's similar, but not perfectly so. So I really don't have a best recommendation for the hybrids. I'd suggest starting with the Paladin. They're a lot of fun. A lot of those big heals and some nice buffs. Monk can also be a lot of fun, and Monk is one of the few I actually recommend you could go with a non-DPS spec and still get really good results. Brewmasters, a lot of their tanking capacity is based on a lot of their output. This output to tanking capacity means that while they're not the quickest to kill, as you'd see in the Windwalker or any other major DPS spec, you will see the fact they can take on large groups, extra adds aren't as big an issue, and the fact that they can often keep going, because again, it's keep going, punch, punch, kick, punch, throw the barrel, boom! You keep going, okay, yeah, good to go. Blech. But overall, I really can't say one way or another on... Well, I take that back. If you really want to roll a hybrid, roll a druid. If you want to roll a druid that tanks, go feral first and then pick up guardian at 30. If you want to be a healer, I suggest dying boomkin, that is bounce. They look like they've got some really cool tricks coming, and I actually talked to a druid the other day, and he highly recommended trying bounce. So in the end, I'd say if you really want to try it, start that way. That way you can switch and build, and if you find you don't like one style, you can always change it to something else. But and the reason I say no hero classes, I guess I never didn't kind of cover this earlier, is enjoy the game. Your first character should be something you enjoy. This should be where you really get into this wonderful world they've made for us. Don't rush it. There's no reason, there's no point. The game will be there tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after. Just because somebody can knock out a leveling run in however short period of time doesn't mean that's for you. I'm a crap leveler. I will be the first to admit. I am horrible at leveling. I have too many alts. I'm too distracted. But I still have fun. And that's what I want to make sure you guys have. This is just kind of a short video I wanted to throw together for you guys. I might try to get something fun for you guys in the next one. But for now, I wish you all good luck, good hunting, and safe travels. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's TechMatt. I'll catch you guys in the next one.